Hey, what up YouTube, welcome back to a new video with Rams fan YT. In today's video we are looking at your Premier League club best academy product of all time. With a slight caveat, they still have to be alive. I mean, you wouldn't want, I don't know, Dixie Dean or Steve Bloomer as one of the players, because no one really knows who they are and it's quite hard to research that information. So I'm going to go with they have to be still alive. Most people will therefore probably know who these players are. So with Arsenal, Andy Cole. Andrew Alexander Cole was born on the 15th of October 1971 and is an English former professional footballer who played as a striker. His professional career lasted from 1988 to 2008 and is mostly remembered for his time with Manchester United, who paid a British record transfer fee to sign him from Newcastle United. Cole spent 6 years with Manchester United and won 8 major trophies, including the treble of the Premier League, FA Cup and UEFA Champions League in 1999. As well as for Manchester United and Newcastle United, though, Cole also played in the top division of English football for Arsenal, Blackburn Rovers, Fulham, Manchester City, Portsmouth and Sunderland, as well as in the Football League for Bristol City, Birmingham City, Burnley and Nottingham Forest. He is the third highest goal scorer in Premier League history with 187 goals and holds the Premier League record for the most goals scored in a 42-game season with 34. And he's also the fastest to score 50 goals, being in 65 matches, as well as being the first player to top the Premier League's goal-scoring charts and assist charts in the same season in their own right, in 1993 and 94. Cole has the distinction of being one of the few players in England to have swept all possible honours in the English game, including the PFA Young Player of the Year award, as well as the coveted UEFA Champions League title. Cole was also capped 15 times for the England national team between 1995 and 2001, scoring once against Albania in the 2002 World Cup qualifier. Aston Villa, Gareth Barry. Gareth Barry was born on the 23rd of February 1981 and is an English former professional footballer who played as a midfielder. He made 653 Premier League appearances for Aston Villa, Manchester City, Everton and West Bromwich Albion, and he has the highest number of appearances in the Premier League of the entire history, I think. He also represents England at international level. Barry moved to Aston Villa from Brighton and Hove as a youngster, very young, around about, I think he was only a teenager, maybe even less at the time, and spent 12 years at the club. He captained Aston Villa and is 8th in their all-time list of appearances, with 441 across all competitions, including 365 in the Premier League. He joined Manchester City for a fee of £12 million in June 2009, where he won the FA Cup in 2011 and the Premier League title the following season. After a season on loan, he joined Everton on a 3-year contract in July 2014, and on its expiration, he signed for West Bromwich Albion. Barry is a former England international, having won his first full cap in 2000, and captained the side in 2010 in a friendly against Egypt. He earned 53 caps in total, scoring 3 goals, and was included in England's squads at UEFA Euros 2000 and the 2010 FIFA World Cup. Barry announced his retirement from football on the 27th of August 2020. Brentford, Marcus Bent. Bit of a more obscure on this one with Marcus Nathan Bent, who was born on the 19th of May 1978. He is a retired English professional footballer and a former England under-21s international. The journeyman striker played 573 games and scored 113 goals for 14 different clubs. His numerous transfer fees totalled over £10 million. He began his career at Brentford in 1995 before he signed with Crystal Palace in 1998. The next year he joined Sheffield United via Port Vale, and in 2000 he transferred to Blackburn Rovers, where he got his first taste of Premier League football, before he moved on to Ipswich Town in 2001. He spent the 2003-04 season on loan at Leicester City before he transferred to Everton in 2004. 2 years later, he was sold on to Charlton Athletic, and he spent the 2007-8 season on loan at Wigan Athletic, before he moved on to Birmingham City in 2008. He spent 3 years with Birmingham, during which time he spent on loan at Middlesbrough, Queen's Park Rangers, Wolverhampton Wanderers and Sheffield United. After leaving the club, he spent 6 months in Indonesia with Mitra Kukar, and after 5 years out of the game, during which time he faced legal issues, he then had brief spells in non-league football with Wick and Cornard United. Brighton and Hove Albion, Steve Koch. Currently playing for the Championship outfit Nottingham Forest, but was part of the squad that raised Bournemouth from League One to the Premier League. A bit hard to judge at the moment. If there'll be a better one coming, like Tariq Lamptey could be the next best one and well surpass him. But at the moment, that's because of the amount of promotions, and Brighton tended to languish a bit in the lower tiers. So obviously, they haven't quite had time to make their mark when they've been a Premier League club. Burnley Lee Dixon. Lee Michael Dixon was born on the 17th of March 1964 and is obviously an English retired professional footballer and also a pundit who played as a right back for Arsenal. Dixon was also capped 22 times for England. He was a childhood Manchester City fan, but Dixon began his footballing career as a youth at Burnley, making his professional debut for them in 1982. From there, he played for Chester City and Bury before joining Stoke City in 1986 for a fee of £50,000. He easily impressed at Stoke and forged a fine defensive partnership with Steve Bold. The pair's potential and performances attracted the attention of Arsenal, and in January 1988, they both joined the Gunners for a combined fee of £765,000. The following season, as Dixon cemented his place in the team, Arsenal won their first league title in 18 years, in a dramatic final game of the season. A defensive mainstay in a successful Arsenal team until his retirement in 2002. Dixon's tenure at Arsenal saw him collect 4 League Championship medals, 3 FA Cup Winners' medals, and the UEFA Cup Winners' Cup medal. He was named in the PFA Team of the Year twice for the seasons 1989-90 and 1990-91, and his retirement came at the end of Arsenal's domestic double-winning campaign of 2001-2 season, their second in his time at the club. At the time of his retirement, he had played at 91 out of the 92 Football League rounds, every single one of them except from Fulham's Craven Cottage. I think a testimonial should be played in his place with him playing for Arsenal, probably, against Fulham at Craven Cottage, just so he can get the 92 Football League grounds. But pretty impressive, Matt. Since his retirement, Dixon has worked as a football pundit and a columnist. He began his television career working for the BBC, primarily on their Match of the Day and Football Focus programmes. Then he moved to ITV Sport in July 2012, and starting in 2013, he provides commentary alongside Arlo White for the NBC's Premier League coverage in the USA. He has also done charitable work, joining Lawrence Dallaglio in a sponsored bike ride for Sports Relief, which raised over £986,000 for the charity. Chelsea, John Terry. John George Terry was born on the 7th of December 1980 and is an English former professional footballer, player, and he's now a professional football coach who played as a centre-back. He was previously captain of Chelsea, the England national team, and Aston Villa. He was the most recently the assistant head coach at the Leicester club. Regarded as one of the best defenders in the world at his peak, he is considered to be one of the greatest central defenders of his generation, as well as one of the best English and Premier League defenders ever. Terry was named UEFA Club Defender of the Year in 2005, 2008 and 2009, and the PFA Players Player of the Year in 2005, and was included in the FIFA Pro World 11 for 5 consecutive seasons, from 2005 to 2009. He was also named in an all-star squad for the 2006 FIFA World Cup, the only English player to make the team. Terry is Chelsea's most successful captain. During his 19 years with the club, he led them to 5 Premier League titles, 4 FA Cups, 3 League Cups, 1 UEFA Europa League and 1 UEFA Champions League title. He is one of 5 players to have made over 500 appearances for Chelsea and is also the club's all-time highest scoring defender. In 2007, he became the first captain to lift the FA Cup at the new Wembley Stadium in Chelsea's 1-0 win over Manchester United, and also the first player to score an international goal there, scoring a header in England's 1-1 draw with Brazil. In his final season at Chelsea in 2017, he became the first ever player to captain a team to the Premier League title on 5 occasions. Following his departure from Chelsea, Terry spent 1 season with Aston Villa in the Championship before retiring, ultimately losing the 2018 Championship playoff final. He returned to Aston Villa a few months later as a part of new manager Dean Smith's management team. The side went on to win the 2019 Championship playoff final to be promoted back to the Premier League, with Terry leaving his role in July 2021. Crystal Palace, Gareth Southgate. Gareth Southgate has an OBE and he was born on the 3rd of September 1970. He is an English professional football manager and a former player who played as a defender and midfielder. He has been the manager of the England national team, since 2016. Southgate won the League Cup with both Aston Villa in 1995-96 and Middlesbrough in 2003-04, and captained Crystal Palace to win the First Division Championship in 1993-94. He also played in the 2000 FA Cup final for Villa and the 2006 UEFA Cup final for Middlesbrough. Internationally, Southgate made 57 appearances for the England team between 1995 and 2004. He played every game of England's campaign in the 1996 European Championships, but his penalty miss sent England out in the semi-final. He also featured in both the 1998 FIFA World Cup and the 2000 European Championships. His playing career ended in May 2006 at the age of 35 after more than 500 league appearances. Southgate was manager of Middlesbrough from June 2006 until October 2009. He also managed the England Under-21s team from 2013 to 2016 before becoming the England national team manager in 2016, succeeding Sam Allardyce. In his first tournament as England manager, the 2018 FIFA World Cup, Southgate became the 3rd manager after Alf Ramsey and Bobby Robson to reach a World Cup semi-final with the England team, which won him the BBC Sports Personality of the Year Koch Award. At UEFA Euros 2020, he became the first England manager to reach the final of the European Championship and to reach any tournament final since 1966, although England eventually lost to Italy in a penalty shootout. Everton, Wayne Rooney. Wayne Mark Rooney was born on the 24th of October 1985 and is an English professional football manager and former player. He is the manager of my club at EFL Championship team Derby County, although now unfortunately going to be in League One next season, for whom he previously served as an interim player manager. He spent much of his playing career as a forward while also being used in various midfield roles. He is widely considered one of the best players of his generation, and Rooney is the record goalscorer for both the England national team and Manchester United. Rooney joined the Everton youth team at the age of 9 and made his professional debut for the club in 2002 at the age of 16. He spent 2 seasons at the Merseyside club before moving to Manchester United for £25.6 million in the 2004 summer transfer window, where he won 16 trophies and became the only English player, alongside teammate Michael Carrick, to win the Premier League, FA Cup, UEFA Champions League, League Cup, UEFA Europa League and the FIFA Club World Cup. He scored 253 goals for United in all competitions, to make him the top goal scorer of all time, with 183 Premier League goals being the second most scored by a player for any single club, behind Sergio Aguero, who scored 184 goals for Manchester City. Rooney's 208 Premier League goals make him the Premier League's second top scorer of all time. He has the third highest number of assists in the Premier League with 103. Rooney made his senior international debut for England in February 2003, age 17, and is England's youngest ever goal scorer. He played at the UEFA Euros 2004 and scored 4 goals, briefly becoming the youngest goal scorer in the history of the European Championship. Rooney later featured at the 2006, 2010 and 2014 World Cups and was widely regarded as his country's best player. He has won the England Player of the Year award 4 times in 2008, 2009, 2014 and 2015, with 53 goals in 120 international caps. Rooney is the second most capped player behind Peter Shilton and an all-time record goal scorer. I think he's technically the most capped player, therefore, in an out-and-out position, not in goal. Rooney won the PFA Players Player of the Year and the FWA Footballer of the Year awards for the 2009-10 season, and he has won the Premier League Player of the Month award 5 times throughout his career. He came 5th in the vote for the 2011 FIFA Ballon d'Or and was named in the FIFA Pro World 11 for 2011. He won the Goalless for the Season award by the BBC's Match of the Day poll on 3 occasions, and his February 2011 bicycle kick against City rivals Manchester City won the Premier League 20 Seasons Awards Best Goal Award. Leeds United James Milner. James Philip Milner, born on the 4th of January 1986, is an English professional footballer who plays as a midfielder for Premier League club Liverpool. A versatile player, Milner has played in multiple positions, including on the wing, in midfield and at fullback. Milner's talent in football, cricket and long-distance running was recognised early on. He represented Horsforth School in these sports and played football for amateur teams from Rawdon and Horsforth. He supported Leeds United from childhood and joined the Leeds Youth Academy in 1996. He made his debut for the first team in 2002, aged 16, and gained prominence as the youngest player to score in the Premier League, and later spent time on loan at Swindon Town to gain further first-team experience. After Leeds United were relegated at the end of the 2003-04 season, Milner was sold to Newcastle United. Milner went on to make over 100 appearances for Newcastle United, winning the UEFA Intertoto Cup in 2006. And spent a year on loan at Aston Villa before signing for Aston Villa permanently in 2008. After winning the PFA Young Player of the Year award in 2010, Milner was signed by Manchester City and went on to win 2 Premier Leagues, 1 FA Cup and 1 EFL Cup, and 1 FA Community Shield. In 2015, Milner signed for Liverpool on a free transfer and was appointed vice-captain. He went on to win the UEFA Champions League in 2019, as well as his 3rd Premier League title, the UEFA Super Cup and the FIFA Club World Cup. Milner made a record 46 appearances for the England national under-21s football team, playing at the 2007 and 2009 UEFA European under-21s championships, finishing as runners-up in the latter. He won the only 61 caps for the full national team. I say only, that's quite a bit, isn't it? Scoring once against Moldova. He was selected for the 2010 and 2014 FIFA World Cup squads, as well as the 2012 and 2016 UEFA European Championships. Leicester City, Emile Heskey. Emile William Ivanhoe Heskey, born on the 11th of January 1978, is an English former professional footballer who currently serves as head of football development and interim manager of Leicester City Women. Playing as a striker, he made more than 500 appearances in the Football League and Premier League over an 18-year career and represented England in international football. He also had a spell in Australia playing for the A-League club Newcastle Jets. Born in Leicester, Heskey started his career with Leicester City after progressing through their youth system, making his first team debut in 1995. After winning the League Cup in 1997 and 2000, he made an £11 million move to Liverpool in 2000, which at the time was a record transfer paid by the club. At Liverpool, he won multiple honours, including the FA Cup in 2001. He moved to Birmingham City in 2004, and after their relegation from the Premier League, signed for Wigan Athletic for a record £5.5 million fee in 2006. He signed for Aston Villa in 2009 and was released in 2012 before signing for A-League club Newcastle Jets. After 2 years, he returned to England, finishing his career with Championship club Bolton Wanderers. Heskey was an England international under 16s, under 18s and under 21s, Bs and senior levels. He made his England debut against Hungary in a 1-1 draw in 1999. He lost his place in the squad after the UEFA Euros 2004, during which he failed to shine and was the subject of much criticism. After a long layoff from international duty, Heskey was recalled to the England squad for the UEFA Euro 2008 qualifiers in September 2007. He retired from international football following the 2010 FIFA World Cup, having attained 62 caps and scoring 7 goals for his country. In 2021, Heskey was announced as the head of women's football development at Leicester City Women. Liverpool, Jamie Carragher. James Lee Duncan Carragher, born on the 28th of January 1978, is an English football pundit and former footballer who played as a defender for Premier League club Liverpool during a career which spanned 17 years. A one-man club, he was Liverpool's vice-captain for 10 years and is the club's second longest ever serving player, making his 737th appearance for Liverpool in all competitions on the 19th of May 2013. Carragher also holds the record for the most appearances in European competition for Liverpool, with 149. Carragher started his career at the Liverpool Academy, making his professional debut in the 1996-97 season, and becoming a first-team regular the following season. Having initially played as a fullback, the arrival of manager Rafael Benitez in the year 2004 saw Carragher move to become a centre-back, where he found his best form. His honours with Liverpool totaled 2 FA Cups, 3 League Cups, 2 Community Shields, 1 Champions League, 1 UEFA Cup and 2 Super Cups. Internationally, Carragher held the national record for the most caps at under-21s level and earned his senior debut in 1999. He represented England at UEFA Euros 2004 and the 2006 FIFA World Cup before announcing his retirement from international football in 2007. He did, however, temporarily come out of retirement in order to represent England at the 2010 FIFA World Cup, before retiring again with 38 senior England caps. Following his retirement in 2013, Carragher joined Sky Sports, where he appears as a commentator and pundit. In July 2020, CBS Sports announced Carragher would join their Champions League studio broadcast team. Manchester City, Sean Wright-Phillips. Sean Cameron Wright-Phillips was born on the 25th of October 1981 and is an English former professional footballer who plays as a winger. He played in the Premier League and Football League for Manchester City, Chelsea and Queen's Park Rangers, and in the MLS for New York Red Bulls, in the United Soccer League for the New York Red Bulls second team and Phoenix Rising, and at senior international level for the England national team. At Nottingham Forest youth products, he spent 13 seasons playing in the Premier League during spells with Manchester City. This is probably where it's worth saying qualifying that they have to have made their debut at this club in order to be on this list, and he didn't ever make a first team debut for Nottingham Forest, where he did with Manchester City. But he also had spells with Chelsea and Queen's Park Rangers. In 2015, he joined Major League Soccer club New York Red Bulls alongside his brother Bradley. Wright-Phillips joined Phoenix Rising in 2017. The England international scored 6 goals in 36 appearances for the national team, which included selection for the 2010 FIFA World Cup. Manchester United, Ryan Giggs. Ryan Joseph Giggs, OBE holder, was born on the 29th of November 1973 and is a Welsh football coach and former player. He is the manager of the Wales national team and a co-owner of Salford City. Giggs played his entire professional career for Manchester United and briefly served as the club's interim manager after the sacking of David Moyes in April 2014. Giggs is regarded as one of the greatest players of his generation. The son of rugby union and Wales International Rugby League footballer Danny Wilson, Giggs was born in Cardiff but moved to Manchester at the age of 6 when his father joined Swindon RLFC. Swinton, not Swindon. Predominantly a left midfielder, he began his career with Manchester City but joined Manchester United on his 14th birthday in 1987. He made his professional debut for the club in 1991 and spent the next 23 years in the Manchester United first team. At the end of the 2013-14 season, he was named as Manchester United's interim player manager following the sacking of David Moyes, and he was named as assistant manager under Moyes' permanent replacement, Louis van Gaal, or Hall, depends how you pronounce it, on the 19th of May 2014. He retired from playing the same day, holding the club record for competitive appearances, 963. At international level, Giggs played for the Wales national team 64 times between 1991 and 2007, and was named as the captain of the Great Britain team that competed at the 2012 Summer Olympics. He is one of only 28 players to have made over 1,000 career appearances, and I might do a video into that. Giggs is one of the most decorated footballers of all time. During his time at United, he won 13 Premier League winners' medals, more than any other player in history, 4 FA Cup winners' medals, 3 League Cup winners' medals, 2 UEFA Champions League winners' medals, a FIFA Club World Cup winners' medal, an Intercontinental winners' medal, an Intercontinental Cup winners' medal, a UEFA Super Cup winners' medal, and 9 FA Community Shield winners' medals. Manchester United and Liverpool are the only clubs in English football history to have won more league championships than Ryan Giggs. Just put that into perspective. He's got more than Arsenal, he's got more than Tottenham, he's got more than Manchester City, more than Chelsea. It's just ridiculous. Giggs captained United on numerous occasions, particularly in the 2007-8 season, where the regular captain, Gary Neville, was ruled out with various injuries. Giggs also has many personal achievements. He was the first player in the history of the game to win 2 consecutive PFA Young Player of the Year awards in 1992 and 1993, though he didn't win the PFA Player of the Year award until 2009. He was the only player to play in each of his first 22 seasons for Premier League, the general Premier League, as well as the only player to score in each of the first 21 seasons. He was elected as the PFA Team of the Century in 2007 and the Premier League Team of the Decade in 2003, as well as the FA Cup Team of the Century. Giggs holds the record for the most assists in Premier League history, with 162. He was named as BBC Sports Personality of the Year in 2009, and in addition to many honours Giggs has received within football, he was appointed an OBE in the Queen's 2007 Birthday Honours List for his services to football. Newcastle United, Aaron Hughes. Aaron William Hughes has an MBE, and he was born on the 8th of November 1979. He is a Northern Irish former professional footballer who played as defender. Hughes played mainly at centre-back, but was also used at right-back or left-back, as well as anywhere in midfield. He is renowned for his disciplined defending, having made 455 Premier League appearances without getting sent off, which is the second most in the history of the league, behind only Ryan Giggs. He began his career with Newcastle United, making his debut in 1997 and playing 279 games with the club across all competitions. He remained with the club until 2005, when he was transferred to Aston Villa for £1 million. And 2 years later he was signed by his former international manager, Lawrie Sanchez, to play for Fulham. He spent 6.5 seasons at Fulham, reaching the UEFA Europa League final in 2010, and after leaving the club in January 2014, He had brief spells in the Championship with Queen's Park Rangers and Brighton Hove Albion, and abroad with Melbourne City and Kerala Blasters. Hughes made his full international debut aged 18 in 1998 and has earned 112 caps for Northern Ireland, which is the third most in the nation's history, behind Stephen Davis and goalkeeper Pat Jennings. He captained the national team from 2003 up to international retirement in 2011, but returned to the team the following year and was included in their squad for the UEFA Euros 2016. Norwich City Craig Bellamy. Craig Douglas Bellamy was born on the 13th of July 1979 and is a Welsh former professional footballer who played as a forward. He most recently managed the under-21s team of Belgian side Anderlecht. Born in Cardiff, Bellamy began his senior playing career with Norwich City, where he made his professional debut in 1996. He signed for Premier League side Coventry City in 2000, breaking the club's record transfer fee, but suffered relegation in his only season. He joined Newcastle United the following year, where he helped the club achieve 2 top 4 finishes during a 4-year spell. Bellamy fell out with manager Graham Souness in 2005 and spent the latter part of the 2004-05 season on loan at Celtic, where he won the Scottish Cup. Bellamy returned to the Premier League later that year, while playing one season with both Blackburn Rovers, where he was named the club's Player of the Year, and Liverpool, helping the club reach the 2007 UEFA Champions League final. In 2007 he signed for West Ham United, but injury disrupted his time there, and in 2009 he joined Manchester City. For the 2010-11 season, Bellamy dropped a division to a Championship to represent his boyhood club Cardiff City on a season-long loan. He helped Cardiff reach the playoffs before they were defeated in the semi-finals. Bellamy returned to Liverpool the following season, winning the 2012 League Cup and reaching the FA Cup final, before rejoining Cardiff City permanently in 2012. He later led them to the Premier League, which was the first time they'd been at that level for more than 50 years. He played one more season with the club in the Premier League, setting a new record by scoring his seventh different club in the division before retiring from playing in 2014. Having represented Wales at several youth levels, in 1998 at the age of 18, Bellamy made his senior debut for Wales against Jamaica. Over the next 15 years, Bellamy gained 78 caps for his country and scored 19 goals. He was the captain of the side from 2007 to 2011, where he stepped down from the role due to recurring injuries. Bellamy retired from international football following the 2014 FIFA World Cup qualification campaign, although he was also a member of the Great Britain Olympic team at the 2012 Olympics in London, appearing 5 times and scoring once. Bellamy has been involved in numerous high-profile incidents during his career with teammates, managers and members of the public. I was described by Bobby Robson as the gobbiest footballer I have ever met. Outside of football, he has been a patron of several charities and started his own organisation. The Craig Bellamy Foundation in Sierra Leone helps to provide schooling and football coaching to disadvantaged children. Southampton, Alan Shearer. Alan Shearer, obviously the holder of a CBE and a DL, was born on the 13th of August 1970 and is an English football pundit and retired football player and manager who played as a striker. He was widely regarded as one of the best strikers of his generation and was one of the greatest players in Premier League history. He is the Premier League record goalscorer after all. He was named in the Football Writers Association Player of the Year in 1994 and won the PFA Player of the Year award in 1995. In 1996, he came third in both the Ballon d'Or and FIFA World Player of the Year awards. In 2004, he was named by Pelé in the FIFA 100 list of the world's greatest living players. Shearer was one of the first 2 players inducted into the Premier League Hall of Fame in 2021. Shearer played his entire career in the top level of English football. He started his career at Southampton in 1988 before moving to Blackburn Rovers in 1992, where he established himself as among the most prolific goal scorers in Europe. Whilst at Blackburn Rovers, he won the 1994-95 Premier League, as well as 2 consecutive Premier League Golden Boots. In the summer of 1996, he joined his hometown club, Newcastle United, for a then world record fee of £15 million. He led Newcastle to the 1998 FA Cup and 1999 FA Cup finals, and eventually became the club's all-time top scorer. He retired at the end of the 2005-06 season. For the England national team, Shearer appeared 63 times and scored 30 goals. UEFA Euro 1996 was his biggest success at international football. England reached the semi-finals, and Shearer was awarded the UEFA Euro Golden Boot and was named in the UEFA Euro team of the tournament. He went on to represent England at the 1998 FIFA World Cup and the UEFA Euros 2000. Shearer retired from international football following the end of the latter competition. Since retiring as a player in 2006, Shearer has worked as a television pundit for the BBC. In 2009, he briefly left his BBC role to become Newcastle United's manager in the last 8 games of their 2008-09 season, in an unsuccessful attempt to save them from relegation. Shearer is a Commander of the Order of the British Empire, or CBE, a Deputy Lieutenant of Northumberland, a Freeman of Newcastle upon Tyne, and an Honorary Doctor of Civil Law of Northumbria and Newcastle Universities. Tottenham Hotspur Sol Campbell. Sulzir Jeremiah Campbell was born on the 18th of September 1974 and is an English professional football manager and former player who was most recently the manager of National League club Southend United. He previously managed Macclesfield Town from November 2018 to August 2019. As centre-back, he had a 20-year career playing in the Premier League and an 11-year international career with the England national team. Born in East London to Jamaican parents, Campbell began his career with Tottenham Hotspur in December 1992. He spent 9 years of his life at Spurs, scoring 10 goals in 255 appearances and captaining this team to victory in the 1999 Football League Cup final against Leicester City. In 2001, he joined Tottenham's North London rivals Arsenal on a free transfer, and as a result has remained a deeply unpopular figure amongst Spurs supporters. In his 5 years and 195 appearances at Arsenal, he won 2 Premier League winners' medals and 2 FA Cup winners' medals. Sorry about that. This encompassed the 2001-02 League and FA Cup double, and the Premier League, part of the Premier League's winning team that became known as the Invincibles for their undefeated 2003-04 campaign. He scored Arsenal's only goal in their 2-1 defeat to Barcelona in the 2006 UEFA Champions League final. In August 2006, he joined Portsmouth on a free transfer. His 3 years with the club included captaining them to victory in the 2008 FA Cup final. At the end of the 2008-09 season, he made the surprise move of dropping down 3 levels of English football pyramid to join League Two side Notts County on a free transfer. He left the club though by mutual consent in September 2009, having played just 1 match for the club. The next year, he made a brief return to Arsenal before ending his career with Newcastle United. Having already won caps for the England under-21s and England B team, Campbell gained his first of 73 full caps for England, aged 21. In May 1998, Campbell became what was then England's second youngest captain, after Bobby Moore, aged only 23 years and 248 days. In 2006, he became the only player to have represented England in 6 consecutive major tournaments, playing in the 1996, 2000 and 2004 UEFA European Championships and the 1998, 2002 and 2006 FIFA World Cups. He was named in the teams of the tournament for the 2002 World Cup and at Euro 2004. Other honours in the game include being in the PFA Team of the Year 3 times in 1999, 2003 and 2004. In February 2015, Campbell announced his ambition to be the Conservative Party candidate for the Mayor of London in the 2016 election, but he was not shortlisted. Watford, David James. David Benjamin James, with an MBE, was born on the 1st of August 1970 and is an English former professional footballer who played as a goalkeeper. Our only one on this list. His most recent position was manager at Kerala Blasters in the Indian Super League in 2018. He is also a pundit on BT Sports football coverage. James is fifth on the list of all-time Premier League appearances, having played in 572 top-level matches, and held the Premier League record for the most clean sheets with 169 until Petr Cech surpassed his record, although he does hold the record still for the most penalties saved in the Premier League history with 13. He was capped 53 times by England between 1997 and 2010 and was first-choice goalkeeper during the team's Euros 2004 and the 2010 World Cup campaigns. He was appointed a member of the Order of the British Empire, or MBE, in the 2012 birthday honours for services to football and charity. Having started his career with Watford, James went on to feature in the Premier League for Liverpool, Aston Villa, West Ham United, Manchester City and Portsmouth. He gained a Football League Cup winners' medal with Liverpool in 1995, an FA Cup winners' medal with Portsmouth in 2008, as well as runners-up medals with Aston Villa in 2000, Liverpool in 1996 and Portsmouth in 2010. In 2010, at the age of 39, he became the oldest goalkeeper to appear in an FA Cup final. James dropped down a division in 2010 to play for Bristol City and later played for League One side AFC Bournemouth. He joined Icelandic side IBV Vestmannaeyjar or something like that. I'm not good at Icelandic, sorry. In 2013 in a joint playing and coaching capacity before officially retiring. In October 2013, James took up a position at Luton Town, with the club he had supported since his childhood. The following year, he became the marquee player and manager of the newly formed Kerala Blasters. He returned to the club in 2018, being dismissed in December following an 11-match winners run. West Ham United, Frank Lampard. Frank James Lampard, holder of an OBE, was born on the 20th of June 1978 and is an English professional football manager and former player who is manager of Premier League club Everton. He is widely regarded as one of Chelsea's greatest ever players and one of the greatest midfielders of his generation. He has the record of the most goals by a midfielder in the Premier League and scoring the highest number of goals from outside the box of 41. In addition, he was statistically named the Premier League Player of the Decade from 2000 to 2010. A creative and technically gifted box-to-box midfielder, Lampard began his career in 1995 at West Ham United, the club where his father, Frank Lampard Sr., also played. He is best known for his time, though, at London rivals Chelsea, whom he signed for in 2001 for £11 million. In his 13 years with the club, Lampard established himself as a prolific scorer from midfield, becoming Chelsea's all-time leading goal scorer with 211 goals scored in all competitions. Lampard won 3 Premier League titles, the UEFA Champions League, the UEFA Europa League, and 4 FA Cups and 2 Football League Cups. In 2005, he was named FWA Footballer of the Year and finished runners-up for both the Ballon d'Or and the FIFA World Player of the Year. After leaving Chelsea, Lampard played for league rivals Manchester City and Major League Soccer club New York City before retiring in 2017. Lampard is one of 9 players and the only midfielder to have scored 150 or more goals in the Premier League. He is 4th in the Premier League's all-time assist ranking, and that is with 102 assists. Lampard also holds a number of additional Chelsea and Premier League records and has won the PFA Fans Player of the Year and FWA Tribute Award. During his career, he was named in the PFA Team of the Year 3 times and the Premier League Player of the Month 4 times. Premier League Player of the Season once, and finished as the Premier League's top assist provider 3 times. And was named in the FIFA Pro World 11 and an MLS All-Star. After departing, Lampard was named in the Chelsea Team of the Decade, as voted for by Chelsea fans, and into the Premier League Hall of Fame. Lampard played 106 matches for the England national team, where after making his debut in 1999, he represented his country at 3 FIFA World Cups in 2006, 2010 and 2014, and in UEFA Euros 2004, where he was named in the team of the tournament. Lampard scored 29 goals for England and was voted England Player of the Year in 2004 and 2005. After retiring from international football, he was appointed an Officer of the Order of the British Empire, or OBE, in 2015 for his services to football. After retiring, Lampard served as a team captain on the ITV Sports panel show of Play to the Whistle from 2015 until 2017, and he has also written a number of children's books. Lampard began his managerial career with Derby County in 2018, leading the club to the final of that season's Championship playoffs. He was appointed as Chelsea's head coach a year later, guiding them to 4th place at the FA Cup final in his first season. However, after a poor run of results, Lampard was dismissed in 2021. He was appointed Everton manager in 2022. Finally, Wolverhampton Wanderers with Robbie Keane. Robert David Keane was born on the 8th of July 1980 and is an Irish professional football coach and former player who played as a forward. Keane served as a captain of the Republic of Ireland from March 2006 until his international retirement in August 2016. Keane is the most capped player and is the top goal scorer in the team's history. He was most recently the assistant manager of Middlesbrough. Keane began his career at Wolverhampton Wanderers, scoring twice in his first team debut, A17. The following season, he was the club's leading goal scorer and scored his first international goal for Ireland. He changed club frequently between 1999 and 2002, breaking transfer fee records, but his brief spells at Inter Milan and Leeds United were unexceptional. He joined Tottenham Hotspur in 2002 and played there for 7.5 years over 2 spells, amassing 306 appearances and 122 goals across all competitions. The 2007-8 season was the most fruitful of his career, as he set a career record of 23 goals in a season, including a landmark 100th competitive goal, and won his first senior honour of the League Cup. Keane moved to Liverpool in July 2008, but he spent only 6 months at the club before returning to Tottenham, where he was made first-team captain in January. And then in January 2010, he moved on loan to Scottish Premier League side Celtic for the rest of the season, and spent the second half of the following season loaned to West Ham United. He left Tottenham for LA Galaxy in 2011, and in January 2012 went to Aston Villa on a 2-month-long loan spell during the Major League Soccer off-season. He departed LA Galaxy in 2016, having scored 104 goals across 6 seasons, before a short stint with Indian club ATK. Keane announced his retirement from professional football in November 2018. In total, he scored 126 Premier League goals for 6 different clubs, which ranks him as the 15th most successful goal scorer in the history of the Premier League. Keane scored 68 goals for the Republic of Ireland national team over an 18-year international career, making him the all-time record Irish scorer. His 146 caps is also an Irish record, and Keane is the joint 5th highest European international goal scorer of all time, and the only player in the history of world football to have scored at least 1 international goal in 19 consecutive years. Keane was the Republic of Ireland's top scorer at the 2002 FIFA World Cup with 3 goals as they reached the last 16, and also played at the UEFA Euros 2012 and the UEFA Euros 2016. Throughout his club and international career, he was known for his goal celebration, where he performed a cartwheel followed by a forward roll. After his announcing his retirement from playing, Keane began his coaching career with the Ireland senior team as assistant manager under Mick McCarthy's management setup in November 2018. He also took on the role of assistant manager at Championship club at Middlesbrough in 2019, with his former teammate Jonathan Woodgate as manager. Keane signed a one-year contract with Middlesbrough, which came to an end during the COVID pandemic, and left the club on his own terms in June 2020. During both jobs, Keane studied for his UEFA Pro licence, and he received his licence in 2020. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you have thoroughly enjoyed it, and please do subscribe if you are new around here. That'd be hugely appreciated. Remember that because of my upcoming exams, I'm now having more revision planned in for the next month or so. Therefore, we are not going to have any videos on Mondays, but we will continue with the ones on Fridays. So what are we having next week? We are going to be having what league did your club first join? And then after that, we're going to be doing some season wrapping up things, such as the playoff predictions, prediction reactions, manager who should have been sacked, because I'm waiting for Premier League to finish to do most of it, and obviously the Championship. But that's all for now, so goodbye for now.